Hey, it's Clay at claycharter.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Friday, December 30th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you are somebody that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the price you see over here will be changing around, and the candlestick you see will still be moving around. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time, but I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And then second, I will be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one here, HOTH, huge mover today, and now we have a good solid pattern here that's formed. So let's get this pattern drawn out. So we have the resistance portion of it right there, otherwise known as, the breakout area of the pattern. And then we have the bottom part of the pattern down here, the support area. Let me change that to green to represent more so a bullish dynamic here. And that level is right there at $8.90. And then maybe to make this easier to see, let's just make it one color. So we have, again, our resistance, we have our support, and then you have this movement beforehand with the gap up with a big explosion upwards. And then to make it a little bit more visual, especially if you're a golfer, let's put our little golf hole down here. And this would be known as a bull pennant pattern. Now, let me be very clear. Just because it's a bullish pattern does not mean for sure guaranteed the price is going to go upwards. But my point here is that a lot of people will be watching. And when a lot of people are watching the same patterns and wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic moves. So is it guaranteed that if the price comes up here and breaks through it, that break is going to create, additional buying pressure? No guarantees. But is that a valid, plausible thought process to have? Absolutely. So if you like to play bull pennant patterns, keep an eye on it. Next one here, PLTR, huge move today. And now it's really just a question of, this movement here, is this the start of something bigger? Is it just kind of a one-day wonder? And I have no idea, but by using charts, we can make answering that question, very straightforward. Let me change that up, and there we go. And in my mind, it's the muscle level down here at $6.15. Why $6.15 so important? And I'm not saying this will occur, but just for explanation's sake, if the price were to come down to $6.15 and then just continue on down, what would that be doing to the price? That would quite literally be putting the price right back inside of this range that it just broke out of today. And I mean, not to insult your intelligence, but price movements that go back to where they were, not exactly a sign of genuine power or true strength. We're on the flip side, because to be fair, nothing can go straight up. So maybe the price comes on here, but in this situation, behaves like that and then starts to work its way back upwards. Now, all of a sudden, what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows right there. You'd have those lows down there. And if you envision each one of those as stair-steps, well, now you have stair-steps progressing in the upwards direction. And that's what a genuinely strong move is going to do. Not go straight up, but just show signs of progress over time. And in this situation, the quote-unquote sign of progress, again, being $6.15. Next one, TGTX. And we have ourselves another one of these patterns where, again, a lot of people got to be watching it, you think, so that can bring about these self-fulfilling prophecies. But I'm just going to focus on the top part of the pattern because in my mind, that's going to be the trend line that most people draw. As far as the bottom part of the trend line, I can see a little bit of variation there. But as far as just a very in-your-face trend line, just connecting these 2 points here presents a very valid area. So like I said earlier, does that guarantee anything? Absolutely not. But is it valid to think that if the price can come back up here, get the break up through there, that trend line break in and of itself could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a plausible outcome that could play out from there. If you do like to play more so pullbacks, and a very interesting level here on this one is you have both of these very famous moving averages essentially at the same level. Purple line being the 50 period moving average, pink line being the 200 period moving average. So I'll split the difference and call its value $8.50. So like I said, if you like to play pullbacks, and $8.50 presents another potentially interesting opportunity. Next one here, LABU, which is an ETF that tracks biotech stocks. So when biotech stocks as a whole go up, this one goes up too. So this is a very popular one because it's also one of these leverage, meaning it goes up that much quicker. But as you can see here, very, very nice move today. And the level here that I think a lot of people will be watching is going to be this trend line right here. So in my mind, a lot of people have drawn this trend line and will continue. We'll be continuing to watch that trend line right there, which you can see has shown and forecasted, generally speaking, where the previous areas are. Now, the tricky part about today was it actually did break through it for one candle. So it acted like it wanted to break out, and then a pretty cruel move to just say, just kidding, and the price went back down below it. And then you can see after that fake breakout, it went right back to acting as resistance once again. So that's going to be a level that, again, a lot of people you got to think are watching, which puts the breakout point on Friday right up there around the $7 mark. So keep an eye on that for those of you that like to play breakouts. If you like to play more so pullbacks, key level to watch right there, the pink line, 200 period moving average. And then if you want to get really aggressive, the 50 period moving average down there, but that's one of those where if you make that your requirement to get filled, you just may never get filled on it. But who knows? Maybe it does pull back there and you get an absolutely fantastic fill, but there's always give and takes around the market. But, the one common denominator here that I think most people will definitely be keeping an eye on is all about that trend line right up around the $7 mark. Next one, AMC, very, very impressive move here. Got the nice bounce, but going back to the whole idea of, well, is this a strong move? Well, let's see if it can make progress. And in this situation, I'm defining progress as you do not want the price to fall back inside of the sideways channel, which it did break out of today, which is a good thing. Broke out of the sideways channel, so you don't want to see the price fall back into it. So that's where this first update comes into play when levels of resistance are broken. You want to see them act as support. And more so in this case, so $4, very, very critical level, because if the price comes down here and breaks below it, then yes, the price is gone right back to where it was in that channel. Whereas if the price comes down here, as I mentioned earlier, nothing can go straight up, behaves like that, and then works its way back upwards. Well, now at least at this point, you have sets of lows right here, which do give you stair steps in the upwards direction. So $4, very, very important level of support to watch moving forward. In terms of levels of resistance, next key level to watch moving forward, going to be right up there around $4.30. So keep an eye on 4.30. But all in all, no doubt about it, very nice bounce today. Can this momentum carry into Friday? Let's see what happens. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online class that I'm offering. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency as a trader, then definitely get signed up for the free live training. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link in the description box to get signed up. If you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage. But one special note here, because it's a genuinely live class, couple scenarios. If you're like me, I have 5 kids, I have a very busy schedule. So maybe you already have something on your schedule this evening, but you still want to watch it. Go ahead, send me an email because it will be recorded. So after it's done, I can email you a link to that recording. Or maybe you're watching this Friday morning and you just completely missed it. Once again, drop me an email and I would be happy to send you a link to the recording. But if you can make it live, then yeah, definitely get signed up and I'll see you here in just a few hours. Next one here, TSLA. Tesla finally got a break back to the upside and some updates need to be done. Going to go ahead and get rid of this line here and this level down here. But the rule that I've been talking about, levels of resistance are broken in, you want to see them act as support. I mean, you can't draw this stuff up any perfect. I mean, this played out perfectly. Now, I promise I've not just put this line in here. And if you don't believe me, I understand. All you got to do is go back and watch past videos and you'll see that I put this level into place. But point here being is the power of charts. So I guess another quick plug, get signed up for that class or drop me an email. But that level here was an area of resistance, but with the price gapping up above it this morning, you would expect it to act as support. And when you know it, opening 30 minutes, price dropped down and bounced right off that former breakout point. So again, classic example there of just a little small way that charts can be so powerful. So moving forward, 117.50 going to be that first and key level of support. Again, we don't want the price going back to where it was, not exactly a sign of genuine power. In terms of next levels of resistance, keep a close eye on that trend line right there, which puts the breakout point right up around the 124 mark. But all in all, no doubt about it, great day here for Tesla. Let's see if it continue to build upon this momentum on Friday. Next one, MULN, and this is why I like to do these when the markets are still open, because check it out, as I speak, volume is pouring in. Look at how fast those numbers are changing. So had a nice little consolidation this morning, but now the price is broken out and it continues to, try to grind higher. So let's map out some areas to watch here. So first key level as far as supports are concerned is going to be that breakout point right there at 24 cents. So if this breakout is going to look, just that much better, you don't want to see the price all of a sudden fall back into this former, consolidation area that I mentioned just a couple of moments ago. So 24 cents is going to be that main area of support. In terms of levels of resistance, next key battleground to watch very closely, going to be right up here at the top part of that range. In fact, it was right there at the 28 cent mark. So 28 cents, next key level from a resistance standpoint, but no doubt about it, very, very impressive surge of volume. As I speak, volume continues to come in, so it'll be interesting to see how this all translates into Friday. Next one here, ARDX, crazy day here, but maybe not as crazy as what it looks like when you consider that the overall trend has been very, very bullish, but nonetheless, I mean, just got to go through today. The opening 30 minutes, an absolute train wreck. Huge red candle, but after that, and the next 30-minute candle dropping to a low right there, it's like the bull said, hey, just kidding, and then roared all the way back upwards. So crazy day here, And you got to like stocks like this that have good, solid volatility like this. And if you like to play uptrends, and as you just saw, this would definitely be considered an uptrending stock. So as far as levels to watch moving into Friday, first key level of support going to be right down here around the $2.50 mark. From more of an overarching standpoint, just continue to watch that purple line there, 50-period moving average. And from an overall area, as long as the price, because this is, going to keep on quote-unquote moving, hence its term of moving average. But as long as the price stays above that line, as the line itself moves higher and higher, then the overall trend is fully in the bull's favor. But really, resistance levels don't matter. What do I mean by that? What matters the most is what this thing has been doing, and that is just continuing to chip away and build higher bases. So as long as higher bases are being put into place, then resistance levels will be taken care of, no problem. Next one, BXRX. Bit of a shaky looking chart here, a bit of an ugly looking chart, but as you longtime viewers know what I'm going to say next. There can be opportunity in the ugly, and the opportunity here, if you can be disciplined and honor stop losses, because if this thing just continues to drop and drop and drop, you don't want to turn into a bag holder. But from a risk reward standpoint, what's being risked relative to what kind of reward you could get if you do get a bounce, it can be attractive if this is your sort of situation. But right down here at $2.80 is by no means a guaranteed area, but certainly plausible. It's a former breakout area. You have the pink line there, the 200-period moving average. So like I said, no guarantees, but is it valid to think that the price pulls on there, it could find some support and then get a bounce in the upwards direction? Absolutely. And again, you don't need a massive bounce to even make the trade plan worthwhile, because what being risked relative to the potential reward, could work out very, very nicely. So if you do like to play these pullback plays and try to take advantage of things when everybody's giving up because everybody thinks it's as ugly can be, then keep an eye on it. Next one, TQQQ, which is an ETF that tracks the overall NASDAQ market. So if the NASDAQ market goes up, then this one will go up. But it's very popular because it just allows you access at a much lower price point. And because the NASDAQ had such a good day today, this one also had a nice day. So we're going to go back to that talking point again of starting to show signs of progress. So the sign of progress here would be staying up above this breakout point right here, which it accomplished today at 1660. So say it with me, now that that resistance is broken, you would want to see it act as support. So even if the price comes down here, that's fine. And if it can go sideways and work its way back upwards, then as I pointed out with other stocks, at least you still have those higher lows and you have progress being made in the upwards direction. The problem becomes if the price goes down to that area and breaks down below it, and then all of a sudden you have the price having gone right back to where it was. So 1660, very important level moving forward for those reasons. In terms of next levels of resistance, key level to watch very closely now, going to be right up there at 1775. So keep an eye on 1775 as next level of resistance, but no doubt about it, very, very impressive move today. Can it build momentum, or is this just some sort of dead cat bounce? Let's see if it can start to show some signs of progress. So that wraps up the top 10. Again, if you like what you saw here, then I want you to get signed up for the free live training, because it'll be very soon, Thursday, December 29th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. But also, like I said, if you can't make it because you have something on your schedule or you're watching this Friday and you missed it, then please drop me an email, clay@claytrader.com. The event will be recorded. So all I ask is, because it's genuinely live, the event first needs to happen, then I got to get it uploaded, and then I'd be happy to send you a link to it. So a little patience is definitely appreciated on my end. So hopefully I'll see you there, though. Like I said, if you can make it live in just a few hours. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, hit that like button, leave a comment below. Those two things help me out quite a bit, and I appreciate it, and thank you in advance. So like I said, get it signed up for that free class or drop me an email. Take care. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.